So one of the next things we're going to be learning about is something called pedigrees. And pedigrees are actually one of my favorite things to do in the genetics unit because it allows you to trace specific traits through your whole family, not just eye color and whatnot. Any type of diseases that might travel through your family, you can really get a good picture of who has it and where it might be going as generations continue on. Before we can actually make a whole pedigree, though, we need to know a couple of things. First is that we need to know that anytime you see a square, it's going to represent a male. And anytime you see a circle, it's going to be a female. If you see a male attached to a female like this, that means that they are married. If you have a circle or a square that is crossed out with a diagonal line through it, that means that that person is no longer living. So we're going to say that they're deceased. And if you see a square or circle colored in, that means that that person is carrying the trait that we're following. So we're going to say they're carrying the trait and expressing the trait. So that's going to be important in just a few minutes. So if I were to make a very basic pedigree for my family, I would have my dad, just label him Dad, obviously, married to my mom. And again, that line between them represents that they're married. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line down. That line down represents that they have children. Then I'm going to draw a line, and that line is going to be called the sibship line. So I'm actually going to write that right here, sibship. Showing a relationship between my sister and I. So what we have over here is going to be my sister. And her name is Kate. Now I put her on the left for one reason. And that reason is that she's older than me. So if we know the ages of the people going in the pedigree, the people that are older are going to go on the left. The people that are younger are going to go on the right. If we don't know them, their ages, then we're going to put the males on the left, females on the right. So in this instance, my dad is older than my mom, and my sister is older than me, so I'm going to be over here. So this would be the basic pedigree setup for my immediate family. But I want to take that a little bit further and go back a couple of generations to my grandparents, then my parents, and then my cousins. So what I'm going to start out with is actually my grandfather. We're just going to label him GF, who was obviously married to my grandmother, who we're going to label GM. They have 3 children, or had 3 children at some point. And this line, again, is the sibship line. And their oldest child is my Uncle Bud. So we're going to put him over there and label him UB. My Aunt Jeannie was the middle child. We're going to label her AJ. And then over here is my mom. So we'll just put Mom right there. Okay, so that's their birth order. My Uncle Bud, my Aunt Jeannie, and my mom. Now they all got married. So my Uncle Bud married my Aunt Karen. She's younger than him, so she's going to go over on the right. My Aunt Jeannie married my Uncle Buddy, not to be confused with my Uncle Bud. So we're going to call him UB2, Uncle Buddy. And then obviously my mom married my dad. Okay, so that's what that would look like. And then we're going to take it a step further. So my Uncle Bud and my Aunt Karen have 2 kids. They are Jessica, who is older than John. So Jesse's going to go over on the left, in this instance, John on the right. My Uncle Buddy and my Aunt Jeannie had 2 children. My cousin Scott and my cousin Sissy. And then, obviously, my mom and dad, again, have my sister Kate and myself, Miss Fairy. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove a couple of people here. My grandfather is no longer living, so we're going to draw a line through him. And my Aunt Jeannie is no longer living, so we draw a line through her. So now I want to trace the trait. And we all know that I have high blood pressure, so we're actually going to trace heart disease in my family. And this includes high blood pressure, high cholesterol, my grandmother's had a heart attack, anything like that. So because my grandmother definitely has this trait, I'm going to color her in. So, there we go. So we color her in. My Uncle Bud has high cholesterol, mild high blood pressure right now. My mom has high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and my dad has high blood pressure and high cholesterol, and we know that I also have high blood pressure. Cholesterol is good though. It is not known if my Aunt Jeannie would have had high blood pressure. She died a while ago. It is very likely she would have had some sort of heart disease, given my grandmother has it, my Uncle Bud has it, and my mom has it. So very likely she probably would have had it. But right now, neither of her children, Scott nor Sissy, are expressing any type of heart disease, so that's a good thing. Jesse and John don't have any heart disease, and neither does my sister, Kate. So, these people that are colored in have the trait that we're tracing right now, which is heart disease. So that was just one part of my family. I could do my dad's side of the family and show that there's also heart disease on that side as well. So I was pretty much doomed from the beginning. But I encourage you to make your own pedigree. Now, again, representing males is going to be a square. Female is going to be circle. A line through means deceased. And colored in means they're carrying the trait and expressing it. Reminder again that a line between a male and female is going to represent a marriage. A couple of you might ask, what do you do if parents or someone in your family is divorced? So let's actually go back to my Aunt Jeannie and my Uncle Buddy. So here they are, married at one point a while ago. What we could do is draw a line through their relationship to show that it no longer exists. My Uncle Buddy actually remarried Regina, so I could draw her over on the left. I'm not sure who is older between the two of them, but this line through my Aunt Jeannie and my Uncle Buddy represents that that relationship is no longer in existence. So you could do that if you have someone in your family that's divorced. So give it a try. There's a whole bunch of things you can try and trace through your family. You could do the typical height and maybe eye color, hair color. You could do diseases. You could do physical traits like earlobes, are they pointed or rounded. Anything like that would be really neat for you to try and make your own pedigree with your own family. Probably need a big piece of paper, or I know that I do because I have a big family. But it's kind of fun, and I hope that you guys try and do this yourself. Probably actually make it an assignment, so it's not really optional anyway.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.